Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back yet again to more lore and loot. We have done chores for nearly all of the masters of House Telvanni, except for one. Master Neloth's wizard tower, Tel Naga, looms majestically over the city of Sadrith Mora. It is here we will have our last chore. Master Neloth is situated at the top of his tower, and like all Telvanni counselors, you must levitate to reach him. This keeps out the unworthy riffraff, you see. The Great Wizard stands arrogantly on an elevated platform with a kneeling pad before him, for supplicants to show their proper respects, of course. Speaking to him, he greets us with, "Whatever you want, the answer is no." What a pleasant chap. We're actually here for chores. This loosens his tongue a bit. I have a certain interest in a robe, which is in the possession of one entirely unworthy, he says. This robe is known as the Robe of Drake's Pride. Asking more about the robe, he continues. At the present time, Senisi Thindo wears the Robe of Drake's Pride. She is a servant of Master Gothrin in Telarune, and a mere child of 200 years. She does not deserve the robe. Correct this injustice and bring the robe to me, as clearly I deserve the robe far more than she does. How he comes about this conclusion is a mystery. But either way, this triggers the quest, Drake's Pride. I figure if he deserves it so much, he should go get it himself. But alas, like all Telvanni wizards, he thinks things should just be given to him. He deserves it because he thinks he does. Whatever the case, Telarune is not far from Sadrith Mora, and on a clear day can actually be seen to the northwest. Strangely, however, there is no boat from Sadrith Mora to Telarune, and unless you want to fly, swim, or water walk across, you'll have to take a boat to Tel Mora and then back to Telarune. We've not yet been to Telarune. The dock is closed off from the city by this huge stone door, which is the tunnel that leads under the hill into the city. On the other side, we emerge and can head directly to the Wizard's Tower and enter the lower level. Erna Marion stands off to the side, and we can ask her if she has ever heard of the Drake's Pride. Erna confirms that Senisi owns the robe and informs us that she can be found in the living quarters of the tower. With this newfound information, we begin our hunt. Not finding any stairs, we look up and see a hole in the ceiling. Naturally. Once we fly up, we head further up until we reach the living quarters. Immediately behind us, we see the one and only Senisi Thindo. Approaching the young lass, we greet her. Say, that's a nice robe. Yes, this is the Drake's Pride that I wear. It's not for sale. No one said anything about buying it from you. Barusi Venom, standing off to the side, merely gazes at us awkwardly. Hopefully he won't interfere. I hate for there to be collateral damage. Now, we know exactly how this is going to go, so we take a step back and summon our Dremora friend, as well as buff ourselves with defensive magic. Approaching Senisi again, we say, Come now, what would it take for you to part with the robe? We We both know that someone as inexperienced as you doesn't deserve the robe. The taunt works faster than expected, and she immediately attacks us. Our Dremora and Sinisi engage each other in combat, while Barusi Venom stands there looking bored and unimpressed. After the deed is done, we can approach the former owner of Drake's Pride. On her inventory, we find a steel flame scythe, a ring of ice storm, a ring of poison blooms, a third barrier belt, and, of course, the robe of Drake's Pride. This robe has the effect of fortifying intelligence 10 points on self, resist fire 25% on self, and reflect 25% on self, all constant effect. It is worth 205 septims. Not a bad robe, and we can see why Neloth wants it. With that, we can leave and head back to Sadrith Mora to turn in the robe. Now, something worth mentioning, every quest we have done so far where we have been asked to fetch an item, we can technically keep everything. There's nothing preventing us from doing so. Keeping these items does not really affect our progress through House Telvanni, as we can reach our rank of mouth just by doing the basic chores, and then just keep all the items we retrieve for our own personal stash. Anyway, just food for thought. Just thought I'd let you guys know. Anyways, back at Tel Naga, we can report our success to Neloth. "Did you bring me the robe of Drake's Pride?" he asks. Yeah, here it is. "Yes, now the robe is in proper hands. Here, take these 10 drakes for your trouble." And with that, we get our quest reward of 10 gold. Yep. And that ends the quest. So anyways, like I said, you can keep the robe for yourself, if you like. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the full story of the House Telvanni Quest, Drake's Pride. If you enjoyed the video, don't be stingy like Master Neloth. Give this video a like. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.